This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review. This time take a look at an application called Infinite Sky. And this is an application that follows very closely in the beloved genre, at least with us, of the arcade dogfighting style application. That is an app where you direct a plane in sort of an infinite runway style thing, fighting baddies. We'll talk more about all that stuff in just a second. Just to give you a little bit more of a wrap up on this, though, before we do dive into that, the application is available for $1.99 in the App Store. It strikes us as a particular bargain, especially for the amount of content that you'll be getting out of this application. So, I think that's pretty much a good introduction. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into this, because really the best way to get a feel for how Infinite Sky works is for me just to show you how it works. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I was calibrating the screen, which we'll talk more about in just a second, so now I'm going to hopefully position this slightly better, and then jump into it. So here we go. Okay, resume, and away we go. So there is my plane down there, and as you can see, I'm just going to zoom along and attempt to keep this in the screen, and then shoot baddies. That is essentially the idea. You control the plane by using the tilt controls here, which aren't quite where I would like them to be as far as calibration, so let me try this again. Resume. Alright, I guess that's a little better. So essentially this is the basic idea. You fly along with your plane, shooting things, and occasionally you'll encounter bosses like this one, which is just absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot this one. But along the way you'll be blasting baddies in kind of the typical arcade style action for this kind of application. As you bust all the different baddies open, you'll get other power-ups, things that can help out in a combat situation. And basically you just steam along controlling the plane via these nice tilt controls, shooting things and generally wreaking havoc and getting points for it as well. I have a kill counter up here that's always there. Meanwhile, there are different waves that come through. Obviously, I'm on the second wave for this round, and you get points for all of these things, which you can then spend on additional items, actually in the shop once you're out of it, out of the specific run through that is, which I suppose I can just go ahead and show you after I steam through this just a little bit more. Actually, let's just go ahead and get whacked there. Oop. And hit me. There we go. Okay, so let's take this opportunity to just go back and show you kind of what's going on here. So there's the, obviously the levels do go on pretty much forever. You just go along until you end up in this position. No thank you. Until you're actually dead. And then at that point, you get a final roundup of what actually happened, etc., etc. And obviously the more medals you get to rank up, which is sort of like leveling up. You unlock a few different things. You get gold, which you can spend on items, etc., etc., which I'm going to go ahead and show you now. So let's go in here. You've got a start game. And of course you get to pick between a couple different fighter pilots. So you can unlock these in the pilot armory. But for now we just kind of start out with the basic sort of American style soldier with the basic sort of stats and whatnot. So here are the various equipment pieces that you can buy, or you can get a couple of different power-ups and things in-game, but you can also buy them here. So for instance, you could get an additional machine gun, a rapid-firing machine gun, easy for laser emitters so you can track better where you're shooting, and then of course you also have the these actual pilots too. So all of these cost gold that you get from playing the game, which I've only got 270 gold at the moment. So obviously I can't afford basically any of this, but as you go through the game and then pick up more items, you can of course purchase these additional items to keep the game going more. So let's just go ahead and jump right back into the game, and I'll just explain a little bit more about how we feel about the game and then give you our final wrap up. So essentially what we have to say about Infinite Sky is this. The tilt controls kind of bothered us because we couldn't ever quite get them calibrated right. It's hard to do this on a camera more specifically, so it looks a little bit worse than it actually is. But in general we just found them kind of stiff. which means that we would have liked a little bit more snappiness, I guess, in the way that the game behaves, so that when we actually need a lot of maneuverability, a lot of performance, we can get it. Aside from that, we think the game is a hoot and a half. We really enjoyed the gameplay itself. It's a lot of fun. It comes with a lot of replay potential, obviously, because the levels just go on and on forever. And you do have these missions that are involved here, too. These are things that you are specifically called to do during your run-through. So, there are, I think, like 50 of those, which earn you medals. So all in all, that's quite nice in the number of waves that are coming through here. Basically, you're going to get a whole lot of arcade gaming fun out of Infinite Sky. The only thing we really don't like is the fact that the controls are kind of wonky. So other than that, we did enjoy it. We feel like the price tag is spot on at $1.99. So with taking all that into consideration, we are going to give this application a 4.5 out of 5-star rating. It looks great. It's got a lot of gameplay. It's at the right price for what it should be. And it's in a genre that we really, really like. So with all that in mind, Infinite Sky does get a 4.5 out of 5-star rating from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. That's pretty much all we have to say about it to this point. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.